Rave it, baby.
Folks, you know we don't normally ask you much. We don't ask much of you, but if you would be so kind, go to the Apple Podcasts and give us a 5-star review. And when you're in that review, when you're reviewing us, make sure you include, if it not only be to tell Drew to stop smoking. I think the more reviews we get, because he won't be able to not look at it. And then the more verbal barrage we can get, the more shame this man can take, I feel like we can make a bit of a difference. So not only will you help the podcast, but you also help one of our beloved hosts be a better person. So be there for us. And again, we don't ask much of you, but this is all I'm asking. Please go make a review and shame Drew in that review.
You're saving a life.
Exactly.
Want me to start right now?
Sure.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to appreciate one another, appreciate what we've been given, appreciate the good and the bad and everything. The journey really is what we've been gathered to. And promoting now the journey.
Promoting the journey.
We're promoting the journey.
Be grateful for the journey.
Yes. Live in the journey. Live in the journey. Live in your own journey. Get out of mine. What are you doing here? Welcome to Gravy.
No shared journey. God damn it. Everybody in their own lane.
Hey, welcome to Gravy, baby. You're on your own. You're on your own here, folks.
That's wild coming from you. You've been the community man this whole time.
Always am. Always will be a community man. So we are without a Drew Morgan today.
Fans Drew.
Probably somewhere behind some disgusting alley, smoking them dirty cigarettes and being just doesn't care. Now that's the problem.
Oh my God, DJ, should we do a shame cast? Should we just do 1 solid hour of shaming Drew for smoking?
An hour's not enough for me. An hour is not enough for me. And like I said, it's not just smoking, guys. Okay, there's lots of things to shame him for, but smoking, yeah, of course. Because
plenty of shame to go around.
And here's the main problem, right? Like you don't care about yourself as a friend. Do you know what I'm saying? Like and this is why I'm just done with the journey, because my side of the boat, okay, all the weight, all right, okay, we sinking, and you way up there, you know what I'm saying? La-di-da. We just want to dance. I gotta dance. I don't want to revel. This is the first thing he does. Start letting out stipulations for a revolution. I can't have a revolution if I don't dance. Well, dude, how's that working out? Because I see a fucking idiot on TV dance, and I might be me. I might have PTSD, but every time I see fucking old goddamn Disco Inferno and she fucking doing this double ghost dick jack, I think about Drew, and I think this is what he wants. This is what Drew wants.
He wants the YMCA. He wants the fist pumping in the air.
Yes. Doesn't want a revolution. No. Just wants to smoke cigarettes and dance.
Smoke cigarettes and dance.
That's it. Tired of it. Tired of being the only one in this relationship. Hater about the future. Because that's what a person's saying when they all of a sudden start smoking. They're just like, yeah, you know what?
I don't care about the future.
I don't care. Look, I'm over here sober, clean, getting my shit together.
Acutely aware of what's happening.
Fucking
eyes wide open.
Yeah, wide open. Yeah. Try to, come on. I want to dance. Just cat. What are you supposed to do?
It's almost like he's preparing for all that we'll have left is dance, So it's almost like he wants the same thing. These the techronauts, they want the end of the world, right? Because then all you have left is dance. There's and to a tune that only you can hear,
Yeah.
Shameful. No rebellion there. No rebellion. What a way to acquiesce so quickly.
Yeah. It's really giving up. Really, is what it is. He's giving up. And he should be shamed for it. He should be
This
shamed
should be
for
shame.
it.
Shame.
He's got a turtle, okay, tattooed on him. What's it doing? Smoking a cigarette. Now he
Wow.
might try to tell you it's a joint. He might try to tell you that. Oh, it's a joint. It's marijuana. No, we know.
I don't believe that.
That's tobacco from Philip Morris.
He can't even handle a joint. You know that's not him.
You can't take it.
He takes 2 puffs and he's a nightmare. He can't. You know that's not. He's not perpetuating cannabis lifestyle.
No, he's not perpetuating the tobacco. The tobacco. And listen, you keep on smoking. How much you think you're gonna be able to dance? Hold on, shit, it's starting right. How much? Yeah, how much?
He's not even going to be able to get through the electric part of the electric slide if he keeps smoking like that.
No, he's not going to have anything. It's all going to go away.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to lose it all. It's a cigarette.
It's going to be the Grim Reaper shuffle for him.
Yeah.
No Cupid.
No Cupid. So what have you been up to?
I actually was, oh damn it, I had a question for you, but I was so caught up in the shame. We were having so much fun.
That's good. We can keep going, believe me. I got more. I got so much more.
Is this just shame, or has this been bottled up stuff that has been unaddressed with Drew Morgan?
Well, some of it's grievances.
Mm-hmm.
These are my grievances.
Mm-hmm.
Because I want better for him. See, what's happening is he's shaming himself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's shameful. It's shameful.
It's the bring the horse to water but can't force him drink. Like you're watching him not drink, like die of thirst.
Yeah, dude. Drink the fucking water.
Drink the goddamn water.
Can't drink that water with that fucking cigarette in your mouth.
Mm-mm. And also, do you want a baby that smells like cigarettes? Do you want a Denny's line cook for a child? Come on now, you don't want that.
That is what he wants to. That's all he's ever wanted. That's all he ever talked about. That's all he's never talked about. One day, Rozzy, you just get on that fucking line and fucking get them all-star breakfasts out there. That's all I want.
Herd two moans over Miami. Herd coming up quick.
Yeah.
Hash browns extra crispy.
Yeah. Bastard. Can't believe it. Can't believe this is happening. It feels like it's happening to me.
I think it is.
That's why.
In a roundabout way, it's happening to you.
Yeah.
He's forcing this on you because you have to witness it. Isn't that the travesty?
Yes.
You have to watch him slowly die of thirst. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, I quit smoking cigarettes. I did before. I was younger. He's older. And as a child, the only person I know who had a child and just start puffing away.
Quite the opposite. What you would think. You would think you'd want to be around for your child, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you think you'd want to be around for you don't want to be around for your kids, for your friends, for nobody.
The only time I'm on board with it is the Little Miss Sunshine situation. When everybody's grown, everybody's accounted for, then heroin.
Yeah, heroin.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever floats your boat. If you float your boat with heroin, get that heroin on a boat.
But I wouldn't bring it on a sinking boat and dance on one end while the other part's underwater.
That's
Just be considerate of the goddamn boat. Am I right, DJ? I mean, I feel like I'm not being out of line here.
Dude, 100%. You're killing it. Yes, that's exactly right. That's exactly right.
I do want to ask you what you thought about that whole all the backstory with, because Drew poo-pooed on it immediately, where it was like conspiracy theory, blah blah blah, whatever. But the whole Nikola Tesla claiming to have created time travel, and then this operative that was working or his neighbor that was working across the street from him being aware of what he was doing and writing the book about the traveling Baron Trump, little Baron Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And then that being placed throughout all of these like big events that have happened, whereas there's one of the third book in the trilogy. There's 3 books. So the first 2 are just mainly him traveling with his dog, but the third one is called The Last President, where there's a time traveling president that goes to another time and creates all this chaos and war and famine and is like the worst, most controversial president that's come to at the time, and ruins life as we know it in this particular timeline.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, are you up on that? You ever heard any of that?
I feel
You know
like
what I'm
there's a
talking
lot of
about?
different. I feel like there's a lot of different things like that you could point to, like that.
Yeah.
Just conspiratorial wise, and what happens is basically, like you have these insulated pockets of whether it be academia, institutions. We have insulated pockets of institutions, right? That and these institutions sometimes have nefarious. There's like all kind of different. But it's made up of different people, scientists, within the science community, fucking literature community. They all kind of weave among each other, right? And so within these groups of people, there are even smaller, like secret societies, you could call them, or things like that, or people who have a certain amount of idea and are kind of like on the same wavelength. Like you can't really say like when people say the Epstein class, right? Like really, what you should be talking with is like there is a level of like a few artists, but mainly like tech and science people who are with politicians, and like this kind of the billionaire class is one thing. That's made up of different of a. But when you talk about the Epstein class, you basically just talk about politicians, and but that's just one anyway. So that's one group or syndicate of secretive goings on that share the same idea, right?
Right.
They're sharing ideas and sharing thoughts and sharing this. So with this book that you're talking about with Tesla and all these other people, and it being put into other places, well, this could be all thought. This could be a kind of a sort of a manifest destiny, right? Where like if enough people with enough money and enough power keep on believing in something, then they can create that reality.
Well, I feel like that's kind of this end of world thing. That's what these billionaires want, is like this end of world situation. So they're trying to siphon everything out as much, and they all agree. Peter Thiel's like spread it around so much so that they all want it the same thing. And when they have enough influence and power, it can happen. But this seems way more of like happenstance, curiosity, possible. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this could be like I feel like this is just a theory because the people who are talking about it aren't rich, aren't in a particular place of I mean, they killed Tesla, so that's what I'm saying. If it would have been that they would have stolen his technology and then used it for themselves.
If they were up on what his technology was, what it meant, and they were up to the point where they were ready to kill him and take his shit, they knew what was up. They were a part of something. They were a part of some sort of. There was some sort of conspiracy involved in it.
Yeah.
So what that is and how relevant it is, I don't know.
Because I always just thought it was he figured out how to wait for us to make our own electricity. And that's not, you can't control people if they have the means of making their own. I mean, you can make your own Tesla coil in your backyard. You can generate your own electricity with like basically a pedal and a bunch of copper core around. Like, it's possible.
Sure.
Obviously, I don't have the blueprints in front of me to give you all the deets, but you can make your own Tesla coil. So I was always under the impression that they killed him because they didn't want that going up. They just the same like in
what year was this? What year was this?
1860s, 1870, I think.
Here's kind of a problem with that whole thing.
Okay.
It's like, what was the energy market? Like it was barely like it surely wasn't fucking based on oil like it is now. To some degree, yes, but like you talking about steam engines and fucking it's not necessarily the same thing. Like there was probably an idea to have it patented or whatever, but like I would think that like him alone, maybe it not being just one thing, not being just electricity, or not being just like being able to harness raw power.
But that's what I'm saying. If I didn't know about the time part. If the time part, I feel like that would be more reason to murder him. Like, if he truly was able to say he had like figured out time travel.
I mean, like, regardless if you could or not, somebody who's like already figuring out how to pull electricity out of the ground and like, power their house and stuff with it, like that's a threat. That's a threat to
Huge threat, right?
Yeah. So you're like, oh, the steel company. What's the next thing that this guy's gonna rip from our
So naturally murder him. But then it was like, if it was something like larger, if there was something even bigger than that, and then they steal it, they take the blueprints, they take all of that, and then try to recreate what he did by, I mean, that's always been the other thing about it that I've never liked, is they steal scientists under the guise of you are creating something. I mean, I feel like that's how most of the things that are awful end up happening, including AI. I feel like there was like a righteous scientist who's like, I want to be able to innovate and create something new and make our lives easier. And then a piece of shit's like, oh, well, we could easily use that for us.
If you don't believe that all this money that's going and all this hullabaloo, which who knows if they're going to make it or not, about putting a base on the moon, like America is like shooting to put a base on the moon. If you don't believe that is 100% for nefarious reasons, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now they might not believe that it is. The people who are doing it, the scientists that they are doing it, they might not. But even if it's intended right now for something, it's going to be used for war.
But that's the part that you can't be so smart. You can't be a fucking astrophysicist / engineer / and not be like, oh, the person who's paying me to do this is a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, regardless,
like there's plenty of people out there like that. There's so many people out there like that.
Oh, like, so what is the mentality then? That either you're for it or you think that you can take the money from this corrupt place and do something good with it, right?
Or you just believe that you're doing something good because everybody around you is doing something good. But now where it ends up, you know what I'm saying? That's a totally people who, I guarantee most like virologists, they don't work on like, pathogens and vaccines and stuff because if they believe, what it's a during.
Yeah, they just don't want people to be sick. Yeah, I want to figure out a way to.
They don't know that shit's gonna get weaponized and shit. I mean, some of them do, a couple of them do, but like for the most part, nah, man, I don't think so. I think the same thing goes with like, because I know some like people who are really into rocket science. And listen, dude, if that's your fucking thing. Actually, fucking Shailene works for fucking NASA. So it's like, so it's like, I'm not saying that they're bad or like what they're, that those people individuals, I mean, hell, they got a job that they're super interested in making rockets, and maybe just making rockets is what matters. Maybe just maybe just figuring it out. I mean, honestly, if you really want to get real conspiratorial about it, they're basically, in my opinion, trying to figure out how to live, off the earth because, they're going to kill the earth, so.
Yeah, that's my point. That's why all of them are pushing for this end of earth situation, siphoning all the resources, basically running the earth into the ground. Huh?
Yeah, but these are just, you're mainly just talking about the West, like Europeans and Americans and like the West, the colonial West is who you're talking about. The rest of the world doesn't feel like that. Dude, these fucking idiots don't have.
But they're trying to do that now. Teal is already buying up the data of the UK and all this other shit, and they're fucking letting him.
The UK's fucked. Europe's fucked. They're fucked. They're fucked. They're fucked. They're fucked. And they are us. We are them. We are Israel. Israel. This whole Western colonial, this entire colonial thing that's been going on since like colonial Spain. You know what I'm saying? Since like even beyond this whole European owning the world and the maritime trades and the fucking this colonial fucking mindset that's imperial fucking where they run the banks and they run the seas and they run the this done.
Well, I mean, yeah, why wouldn't you? Once you finally organize yourself enough to be able to rebel against it, why wouldn't everybody? I mean, to me, that's the real world war, is everybody that doesn't want this anymore. And this old mentality, this old imperialistic mentality, trying desperately to keep it. You know, that's why you got, that's the why Korea is like, all right, I guess I'll give Russia a shot. You know, like, I mean, yeah.
You'd be insane not to. You don't have to be pro-Russian or pro-Chinese.
No, you don't. You just have to be pro keeping your people alive.
Yeah, dude, you get the fuck out of there, because not only will America fucking sell you the fuck out and sell all your people out and fucking leave you hanging dry, they will bleed all your resources dry. I mean, what they've done to Europe alone, and the fact that Europe, in UK, EU, the fact that they continue to be lapdogs after dude, fucking selling them weapons that we don't have with money that doesn't exist for them. They're gonna pull all that healthcare shit that they had over there, all those social programs, gone. They're gonna take that from all them folks. You know what I'm saying?
Well, not only that, but not only that, but then they're using all of those and stealing all of the medical data. That's what Palantir's doing, is they're taking all the medical data. They're taking Oracle too, So they're just it's almost like they implemented the programs that the people wanted only to steal more from them.
Yeah, and people want it. Look, I mean, listen, I hate to talk about it again because we talked about it last week.
Oh, my bad. I wasn't here.
No. Not know what I'm about to talk about. I was talking about Massey. I was talking about the Massey thing. It's like people don't want a Massey. They don't fucking I don't believe on either side. I believe that for the most part, those Kentuckians, they wanted that guy that they got. They don't think Massey's good. It's the same way of when the Democrats, like, when you would see people standing up for genocide, and Democrats would be like, fuck you, nah. Cory Booker, and I keep talking about Cory Booker and Jamal Bowman, both lost their races. The most of America wants to be in an imperial state and just wants to vote. They want to attack each other. They want to.
They also, much like any time we even get close to socialism in any way, they try to snuff it out. That's why Hassan Piker was making good headway, and now he's being subpoenaed. Same kind of shit. Like, now there's like
subpoenaed, or is that just a weird Fox News thing that they just made up?
I mean, I don't know. He hasn't gotten any documentation, but it's all over the fucking. I don't know.
Real anymore? Dude, I had to stop listening.
It's true. It's like infuriating.
Turned it all off. Yeah. I had to turn it all off. I'm sorry. Not that I don't think, I'm sure it might be serious or whatever, but because like the media has become this, like, there's so, and the politicians and the media stars and everybody, and I'm not holding this against Hassan. I'm not holding this against Hassan. I'm saying, like,
no, I get what you're saying, but
it's just this like tumble dryer of just.
The thing you're talking about is the reason people listen to him. The thing you're talking about. I listen to him too, but I'm saying this media bullshit is why people went to independent media as it is because I can't trust that he's being subpoenaed or not being subpoenaed, and now he just has to be like, okay, well, I guess these major media outlets are saying that I'm in trouble, but I haven't been given any official documentation. So I guess I'm not, like, that whole thing is like, they're so desperate to keep imperialism, and this is a both sides thing. They're so desperate to keep it that they want the people who have the values and the mentality of where people. Yeah. What?
Oh, no, I was gonna say, you could bet one thing, they goddamn fucking the Democrats would not be fucking making no slush fund for Hassan. The Democrats, like they did, like the Republicans did for the J6ers, you better believe one thing: if you on the left and you are any kind of threat to you, they will hang you out to dry and die.
That's why we're in the situation we're in, because they don't take care of their own. That's the fucking problem. That's the fucking problem. Because he should be getting pushed. He should be getting backed by these old fucks. Where if the young people don't want an old man in there, you should be backing young people who are saying the things. I mean,
that's what I was talking this weekend, and we were kind of like, which we had this really cool experience. By the way, it was great. Kevin's always amazing, but that I was having the same almost same conversation with everybody, and they were bringing up to me Brown Platform, and they were bringing. I was like, dude, you just brought up like 4 people. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
Out of the Democratic Party, like you just named like 4 people. Like, what do you think that they're gonna do? Like,
yeah,
they're gonna be in jail with us. What are you talking about? You won't be locked up with them. Like, what are they gonna do? What they gonna do? Hopefully, they do something and can create a blueprint for their area. But if it goes the way that everyone kind of feels like it's gonna go, then they're fucked too.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I feel like with enough densely populated area, we might start being the ununited states. Does that make sense? Like where you're gonna have once you see, like, especially like what's happening with New York and it thriving and it doing well, even though they've been told for the last, I don't know, 25 years that if you raise taxes in New York that everybody's gonna leave. It hasn't happened. They've gotten the money. They went from they have a zero deficit. Like, and I think there's just going to be pockets of that. Like there's a couple of people, Democratic Socialists that won in Pennsylvania. I think we're just going to end up having pockets of people living like this, and then the rest of the country not. I mean,
that will happen for a little bit, but like that's not anything that can be. That's not sustainable. That's not sustainable.
But they would be independently sustainable.
They would get fucking tanks rolled up on them and fucking blown out of their goddamn house. What are you talking about? Like, that's crazy.
The other thing about that is most fucking police forces have military level shit, though. I mean, they do in LA.
Dude.
You don't think? I saw LAPD tanks roll up on us when we were protesting in Los Angeles.
I'm not talking about
LAPD tanks. Oh,
I'm talking about like people in the middle of the street with like drones and like fucking gas. I'm saying the gas. I'm saying they will kill you. I believe that the major goal is to kill the majority of us anyways. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like where I'm at with it. I just think that electoral politics it's done. It's gone.
Sure.
I feel you're going to have pockets of it for a while, but then what you'll have are pockets of communities which dissociate from the entire government. Like I used to follow this. They were rad as fuck. These anarchists out of Ukraine who were basically like they were running their own farm, and they were hung up. They were they're badass motherfuckers, and they were fighting both Ukraine army. They were fighting the Ukraine army, the police and the fucking, what do they call them? The snatchers, the enlistment or whatever. It was snatching. They were fighting them, and they were fighting Russia. So from this plane that they were in, dude, it was crazy. It was crazy. They had the day that they let go of all their horses and shit, like they're basically starting to get encroached on. I watched this from Instagram, which was still one of the craziest things I've ever fucking been involved with. Is like, just liking it, but like being emotionally involved in this homestead. These just for a couple of years too, dude, just watching them, which was really weird because just end up on a fucking Ukrainian anarchist fucking how to homestead in Ukraine. It was fucking, but it was sad as fuck. They had to let go of all their dogs and all their horses and donkeys, and like, because they were getting encroached on by both sides, and they're probably all dead. But that's how I imagine most of it's going to be when our time comes to pick up the torch.
But I just feel like those are the places that'll last the longest. Because that's why
You don't think they'll be the first to go?
No, I mean, if that was the case, then how come ICE avoids those areas? How come, like, I feel like that's going to be like, oh, these are big problem areas. We're going to have to go recruit and come back. And that's like, if as far as war tactics go, you're going to need to be reinforced to go in there because of the resistance being stronger. And I feel like if you have a densely populated, like radicalized group of like a New York City would be really hard to fuck with unless you bombed them. Unless you just bombed them.
What do you think they're gonna do? They gonna
But then
bomb the goddamn shit out of you, dog.
what are they gonna govern then? There will be no people to govern.
They don't want to govern people. They want to murder people. They don't want you alive.
Then how are they gonna make money if this whole thing is for money?
Whoever's left, it's not about money. What is even money? What that's a crazy thing. Wait, so money isn't even when you get into like multi-billions of dollars, money doesn't even exist. Our entire as we have already seen, our entire stock market, S&P, whatever it is, it's vapors. That shit's vapors. That shit, not to say that it is just like law, not to say that it doesn't have a consequence or whatever, but like it really is. Like it looks to be a pretty fucking massive.
So at the end of the day, these guys just want to repopulate the earth, but nobody wants to fuck them.
Of course.
That's it.
At some point in time, there's going to have to be like a new government and stuff. Like, I'm not saying that they're going to get away with all stuff that we're just
we're just spitballing here. Yeah.
I don't believe that they could get away with all that. I don't believe that they will even have half the resources that they believe that they would have, because I just don't believe that people will fall into it. But that doesn't mean that people won't fight against people. I mean, so even if we're not fighting the government, fighting ourselves is going to be. I mean, this is what it looks to me like. And I'll say this. You got tech oligarchs and people here who have this vision of a technocracy, which is run by like a CEO, and everything is AI and automated, and everything's like, real. They got a real futuristic, but they don't really have any creativity or anything. I mean, they're able to like read code and do things and kind of imagine outside of, like, I don't know, your head's populated with like crazy science fiction and like, which is all distorted, and all this other stuff. But I
mean, that's how they sold it to begin with.
Right.
They sold something that didn't even exist. They sold science fiction.
Yeah. She got a bird.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Who got a bird? Make sure y'all are watching on YouTube.
I trying to get it. Oh,
Barn cat got her.
Got a bird. Let the bird go. Let the bird free. Hey, let's free the bird. Can we free the bird? Hey,
you eat inside. You don't got to do that.
Go, bird. Oh, I got him out.
Woo! Right. You heard it here first, folks. DJ just saved a bird. Not a drone, not to be confused with a drone.
Oh, yeah. Anyway. Dude, I think Russia, China, but BRIC. Well, I don't think BRICS exist. I don't know if BRICS they're doing bad, but those three places right there, Iran, that they will watch us tear each other apart. They will buy up the majority of it, and then then a new government will come. That's 100% what I think is gonna happen.
What's that?
I just like this being owned by any kind of tech billionaire, maybe, but they live somewhere else. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, yeah.
But they're already selling off. They're selling off farmland, and not like Bill Gates, but like to China, to India, to Qatar. Qatar owns a bunch of our dog. I mean, this is a fire sale right now. It's going. So,
and then whatever's left, we'll just have to pay rent to BlackRock for.
I bet BlackRock doesn't make it through this. And when I say this, I'm talking like on a 20, 30 year, 40 year scale. What I see, like a timeline, like a dude. like a through line, which just happens incrementally. Is like
Well, because that's the whole thing. I mean, we've talked about it before, but that's the whole thing. Is the only thing they're worried about is getting somebody that's not going to kill them to guard the bunkers or whatever. But I'm saying once you get out of the bunkers, none of these dudes have seemingly any other discernible skills. Like they're posers. So then what do you do if most people are dead and you come out? Then what?
If your goal is to absorb all the wealth from like the working class, us, right? If the top 1%, it's less than that, like 9 people, if their entire fucking goal is to accumulate and absorb as much wealth as they can from us, then depopulate America, right? What they will do would be like they would hire people from Libya, from other places to come and be working to rebuild.
But you don't think people would be like, fuck you? I mean, if there's such an anti-colonialism movement happening around the world right now, like why would they even do that? Why you don't think they would say fuck you? Because they know what it is, they know what it's for.
I think humans are humans. And just like all of a sudden we're all like, I mean, think about it. We fought with Russia, side by side with Russia, against Germany and Japan. Who are 2 of our greatest allies right now? Germany and Japan. Who's our enemy? Russia, right? So it's like, dude, history has a way of history and a collective desire, you know what I mean? Like a mutual confidence will make you look past a lot of different things. I mean, obviously. I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. So I feel like the whole notion of history repeating itself, this doesn't feel like that. This feels like them copying history and doing it over again versus it happening. Yeah.
I would say that this feels totally fucking new to me. And I think
the details, but the same, the way to control, like all of this stuff, this is all like textbook World War II shit.
Dude, again, and we talked about this last week, but I would bring it up again. The way,
my God, this is crazy that I keep bringing up stuff that you guys talked about last.
The way that Xi Jinping, Chinese guy, is he the president? We still haven't figured that out. The way that he sat Trump down and talked to him was one of the most incredible, unbelievable things. And I mean this, and I'm being honest about this. That was one of the most incredible things I've ever seen in my life. And I don't think he probably didn't pick up on a lot. A lot of analysts have picked up on it, but like he basically looked Trump in the eye and said, "Listen, your empire's falling, ours is rising. Throughout time, there's always been a situation where the falling empire goes against the big or the
rising empire,
rising empire, and they get smoked. You know what I mean? You don't want these hands, Trump. You don't want these hands. Now, let's figure out a way to manage your crises, all your multiple crises. Let's figure out how to manage your way out of this and get fucking commerce going back again and everything." And then he took him to look at some old ass trees because he went and showed him some fucking trees that was older than fucking, he's like, "We're over 250. And he went out there and showed him some goddamn 400-year-old trees. So your shit ain't shit. We done been through this. And now we're back on top. We were the fucking, we were the shit before. And now we're not, but now we're back. You know what I'm saying? Then we weren't, now we're back. You know what I mean? We had our century of humiliation, and now we're back. And guess what? That's what's happening to you, buddy, because it's happened, through time.
Just about every empire. I mean, it's also just the empire shit is just cyclical.
Yeah, that's
because nobody stayed in.
And that's why China says they don't have any imperial desires, but like, who knows? it's not like, it's a government. Fuck them. But
Yeah,
like,
they all, all of them. Yeah.
all of them. But like, but like, it is wild to see that. Like, it's unbelievable. Like, it's like, I don't think you've ever had a chance in, like, on the level of like historical, which we've seen a lot of history in our time, right?
Yeah.
I've never seen a president of the United States just get shook down like that. I mean, bow down like that. Just get told. And then immediately when Trump gets back, he's texting, he didn't mean failing empire while I was in charge. No, he mean when they was in charge. He said we're the hardest country that's ever been. Like, it disturbed him so much that as soon as he landed, he had to send out a true social. I mean,
Yeah.
it was unbelievable. Truly,
Like, he was shook, because that was somebody who was actually in power. It wasn't
That's
a
exactly
proper
right.
it wasn't a proper puppet. It wasn't a techie puppet.
That's right. That's right. A motherfucker who had all the cards. I think when he goes and talks to Putin and shit like that, you think he's kind of like seeing a man who's also like on the ropes. They kind of have a mutual understanding about something. I don't know what, but like, but like, there is a kind of like, they're almost on the same page. But what's different is that they've got China behind them. You know what I'm saying? We've got nothing. Yeah, we're all we can do is take Europe and everybody else who wants to hook up to our boat down with us. That's the only thing we can do. It's crazy. It's crazy, man.
It's just so hard to it's so hard to not land anti-American, because you've just seen it. Speaking of history, we've just seen us doing this, being in the making for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah. Us, like the campaign to do every opportunity to siphon as much as we can out of China while shitting on it, doing the same thing to South America, like doing the same thing to Africa, doing the same thing to Northern Africa, East Asia, like all of it.
Yeah. I think
So,
Africa. I believe Africa will be.
I see. That's what I was thinking. It would be the next contender. They are so rich in resources and being able to be like, "Fuck you, these are mine. You're no longer getting them."
If they can get like France, yeah, for sure. Yeah, if they can get France and fucking in America, and like if they get the West out of theirs and like start building like for some like nuclear power or something like that, dude, they can get on top of shit, dude. I really do feel like they got it.
And what a way for the people who are linked up to us now, the sinking ship that you're referring to, what a great way to atone for your French colonialism, all of that, to be like, oh, okay, I'm here, I'm for you, I support you now on this new rising empire. You know what I'm saying? If it's anti-colonialism, the only way you get to stay and not be left behind or cut out is to be like, you can take whatever you want as a payment, as the reparations for all of the shit that we did.
And isn't that what I mean, like, to keep business, and if you're a smart business and you want to make the future something good, and you realize like all the pitfalls of all the stupid things that all the stupid people who are running us now are, if once you've grown to the point, once we've been an empire and you lost and you study history and you come to a place where China is, China can't take the reins of the world if they choose to and move it towards a more, we're talking, not being energy dependent and like oil dependent and like cutting all that. Like, they really can move us into a future of like less conflict, more prosperity. You know what I mean? And they really are the ones to do it.
I mean, that's part of the reason why it was wild to me. Well, I guess it's all ego, but it's wild to me to get into a conflict with people who are smarter than you. It just doesn't make any sense, but it wouldn't make sense because it's not smart, and that's kind of the whole thing. But
yeah, it's crazy how like, and is it is it that they're not, it's not like a lack of intelligence. It's like way too much hubris, way too much fantasy, way too much of a life where money and
at this
power,
point, delusion.
yeah, straight delusion. Where these type of things have like where you've never really had a conflict in your life. You know what I mean? So you're like that couldn't be handled with, you know, paying somebody off or something. I mean, that's been their whole problem with Iran. Like everybody's like, oh, Venezuela, dude. If they didn't go in there and pay those people off and snatch that man up and leave, and if it wasn't just like the most, I totally believe that what's her name, Rodriguez, is like totally sold out Maduro and all that. They're all correct. Like it's fine, whatever. That's not what they're gonna face in Cuba. It's not what they're gonna face in fucking. That's not what they faced in Iran. When they have to sit there and it's not what they fought with in Afghanistan. It's not what happened in Vietnam. You know what I'm saying? Like for every like two things that you could say that like what we do, Panama and what else. Anyways, if when it comes to resistance, they ain't got no grit. They ain't got no want to for that. Because how can you do that and still have any type of society? I mean, obviously we see what happens when you neglect your society. Yeah, man. So I had this really cool experience. I talked a little bit on Patreon, but I'll talk about real fast right now. And this kind of goes to this. It's like, sorry, thought somebody was coming. Anyway, so so up here, so there's a big Jewish family here, right? Half of them Jewish. Which, by the way, I told you I was supposed to make breakfast. Bought a fuck ton of bacon, like an idiot. So like, there's a lot of artists and stuff like that, and like we talked a lot about politics and just art and stuff like that, and like Israel came up once.
Did you make up for the bacon though? What about the bacon?
Yeah, I got some steaks. But yeah, I felt so stupid. But here's the thing, like I don't think about it. Do you know what I'm saying? No more than I would think about it. I guess I mean once you're around it, you like a lot. You know what I'm saying? But like if you've gone out to eat or anything like that, like it's just never been a thing. It's never been a thing that was like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like you got like menorahs and stuff. Anyway, so I just don't think about it. So anyway, so like talking like Israel only came up one time, right? And like so I know some of the people, but for the most part, I don't know where anybody stands. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And in the conversation, it was so crazy because it was just like a quick fuck Israel, and then it was like understood, right? Really understood like what was going on, and I felt such a kinship, dude. I felt such a close kinship because I know like I as a southern white male, I guess I can say like freaking a lot of problems. Do you know what I'm saying? And there was especially a time when there was like this mythos around like Appalachia or whatever and the southerner and everything. But yet there was like a lot of like people were owning the culture. Some people who are part of the culture, but some people who really aren't. You know what I'm saying? It was like some cosplayers, but then there were some people who are just awesome. Fuck, like Jelly Roll, as much as you could say like whatever, I mean, he's a Nashville South guy, you know what I'm saying? But what he represents doesn't necessarily represent what I represent. And I was just thinking about there's this whole group of people out here from all kind of different walks of life, not just Southern, but all kind of different walks of life, who are in a position now where there's been this like kind of like a hostile takeover of your identity, of your culture, of your
I feel like that's happening in the States too. I feel like that's happening to us, not even in these small groups, but us as a whole, we're being misrepresented as Americans. That's why it's embarrassing to travel. I mean, I've talked about it before where you have to be like, not all Americans, you know, like I feel like a dude that didn't sexually assault someone during Me Too, where I have to, it's like, not all of us. Fuck, not all of us. It's
Well,
happening, yes. Yeah, but it's like,
no, exactly. Not all of us. But you can't say that. You don't say that. You don't
of course
say that.
not.
I
Then you
mean, you
sound like
don't.
a guy who sexually assaulted someone.
Exactly. And also now you're bringing your baggage to a conversation that you know needs to be had. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So like, you don't have to make an exception for me. Like,
Mhm.
I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You're
we
right.
don't. I don't need a space in this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Except to disagree or not disagree. It was just so interesting to be in like this situation where we just have honest, good conversations about stuff, and like also recognizing like it's not my place to push it either, or talk about it, or give my opinion about anything. Like, you made your case, whatever. That's the vibe,
But
and
that's
so
the
like,
sign of intelligence is you also need to learn when to listen and take in new information
sure,
and
sure,
perspective, shit like that. Yeah.
sure, 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 sure. Uh, yeah, absolutely, yeah, and also just that's a struggle that somebody else has to be on. Like, that's their struggle. Like,
Mhm.
that with their, I, like, what the fuck can I do about it? Like, what am I supposed to say about it? What, one way or the other? Like, how do I inject my injection of my opinion into your life and into this conversation? How does this help you heal? How does this reconcile? How does this help you reconcile your cultures, your traditions, which are so important to you because you do believe these things and you do like this thing. And this thing has familial context and it has, do you know what I'm saying? And now you're like
Mhm.
a father. What is it like? What, like, who am I? Like, this made me feel a certain way, whatever. And who am I to complicate that for you? You know what I'm saying? Or who is anybody to complicate that for you as a human being who is going through this thing? But at some point in time, I think it's just with the American thing. Eventually, we will grow to have our. There will be a new tradition, kind of like a fucking mutation of things. It's going to be
Mhm.
interesting to see what that is.
It is just because it with with there being so many like almost how like religion has all these different subsects of different kinds, how so many would be curious what those traditions would be, what influence we
Yeah,
take, where it's not just,
yeah,
it's no longer will we be in the stronghold of Puritan Christian
yeah.
evangelical, like now what influences, what inspires us,
Oh
what,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying, how
Oh yeah.
much like a
Catholics are
cool like
going
a
through.
yeah.
The
Mm-hmm.
Catholics are doing it big right now. They are going through it
Mm-hmm.
big.
And like all the changes, the I mean all that stuff, all the rebirth stuff is exciting. It's just us getting to that point. And because I feel like to go back to what you were talking about with the China thing, I think it's the excess, the lie of the lie of living by excess is one of the things. That's one of the things I feel like they have on us is losing the learned behavior of more is better, you know?
Yeah.
Because then you end up in a boat with just you and a bunch of supplies that you can't even, shit ends up spoiling all of that kind of. So I think we're kind of at the extinction burst where people are exhausted by excess, and that's how we even the old hoarders were watching people literally die in houses full of excess, that there's people thriving by not doing that, by just taking what you need and moving forward and being like, oh, I have enough for both of us, we can both and it
Right.
all goes. What's so funny is this brings us back to the beginning of the episode, where at the end of the day, it's community. How do we make
Yeah.
us as human beings? How do we
Yeah.
make us better? And it
Yeah.
is that. It is that. It's the exchange and not being like the greed, not being tricked by greed. At the end of the
Right.
day.
Yeah. Yeah. It's changing our mentality. I know
Mhm.
I preach about it all the time about like radical psychedelia and stuff like this. But again, we were talking about it this weekend. We were kind of talking about shark bus and all this other stuff. And I was like talking about like uh infusing like uh mutual aid and different kind of services with with art, you know what I'm saying? like
Mhm.
art being the extension, you know what I'm saying, of that, and to like create community and like be able to bring together, because that's what it really is. It's like you're expanding your mind to realize that you do live in that community, right? And then you're brought into that community. It's a truly psychedelic experience without drugs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's a physical, it's radical. You know what I mean? When you think about sharp buzz. Anyways, so yeah, man, changing our mentality. Also, the Chinese, dude, it wasn't that long ago. Like they might get a piece of meat once a month or whatever. Like,
Well, this is like I got into an argument with my dad because my dad immigrated here from Cuba, and he was talking about how like you and I think he was projecting, but he was like, you would be okay if you could go to the grocery store and there not be any beef, and I was like, yeah, if there is a month where there is no, I can't have this thing, and it's for the greater, then I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that, and I get that you don't, that you maybe you can't understand
right.
but it's not something like I've never been one for that. I mean, that's why I haven't wanted to participate in our society. That's why I've been in the outcast, on the outskirts of it my whole life, is because I don't like that. I don't like how that feels. I don't like how it, it makes me uncomfortable. I don't like suffering, and all excess does is create suffering.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It does. It does.
so yeah, so I think that if everybody gets steak only once a month, okay, then guess what? That once a month, that's gonna be a big deal. How that's what I'm saying. How like because I think about it back in the day, like steak used to be like a big thing. That was like a big thing to have a steak dinner.
Yeah.
So for it to be this, I think scarcity is the only way a lot of times human beings appreciate the things that are and technically should be scarce, because having mass cattle and stuff like that overall isn't good for the earth to begin with. So yeah, I get that maybe you don't want it. Maybe it's your favorite. Maybe it's like the only kind of meat you can really eat. Then maybe eat some more vegetables, dog. Like I just don't, that part of it I just don't get. I just don't understand. I'm not smart enough to get how it makes it better.
I think what happens to people, especially depending on what kind of media they consume and what the word is, and like how they're consuming it, you hear, oh, we can only get steak once a week, but the fat cats up on, in Havana or wherever, they're eating good and they're living the life, or we're down here. So, and that can grow a lot of animosity that I think that
Sure. And I think we should kill those people who have the steak, because if they're the reason that they're preventing us from having it, then I'm sorry, you become the steak. At the end of the day, you become the steak. If we all could have steak, that's the difference. If we all could have steak, if some cunts weren't eating steak every day, then I'm sorry, honey, then you gonna have to become the steak. Because again, all that, to me, the animosity is not for the individuals eating the steak. It's for the greed that you think you are better than any other fucking person on this planet.
Right. Fair. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair, dude. And you deserve something more than someone else does.
Yes. The fuck out of here.
Right or whatever. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Yes.
So it's all about community and killing the steak lords.
I don't want to say. I don't condone the murders, y'all. I just want to. But if it happens,
I was just talking about in this hypothetical situation that's not even like real.
If murder happens, I ain't gonna be the one to snitch. You guarantee that. But
I was just saying that's the only time I would want for the steak, right? But that's because they're creating the scarcity themselves. Right. That's all.
You're right.
Yeah.
So
if there were to be violence, I feel like it should be directed accurately.
Yeah.
Because the animosity can only go so, like, you can only take so much. You can only take so much before you can't take it anymore. Period. Yeah. And that's human nature as well. Patreon.com/GravyBabyPod. If you guys want to throw some cash towards us, it just goes towards the production of this beautiful podcast. We love you. We adore you very much. Make sure you guys get in the Discord. We have a lot of fun in the Discord. Yeah. There was a lot of shaming of Drew, hence the beginning of this podcast. Is fucking shame him. Shame him. Shame him into breathing more deeply.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But thank you guys so much for listening. We adore you, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
You could stick a whole ribeye in one of your back pockets. Like,